Looking at this is a clip that I played yesterday, but I want to set it up to you with the information that I'm going to show you from this video forward. Stay with me here. Let's listen to what's said right here.
I think it may sound like...
By the way, this is at the recent World Economic Forum just a week or two ago.
I'm reading off GitHub's script. I'm thinking of something that's like an electrical or digital version of the SDR, which you can have a basket of multiple currency, which is going back to the multipolar system, but we dynamically may evaluate which currency get added or dropped, and then we dynamically shift the weight of the currency. And then because of the technological advancement, we could have that far more adapted than the current SDR than what we have.
Wow. So he just said a lot in about 25 seconds. What he's talking about here is agreeing with Gita Gopinath and a couple others on the panel about the idea of moving from a national currency serving as a global reserve currency, which currently is the US dollar, and moving to a multipolar backed system. Now that's very interesting, because we know that we have some information about the idea that XRP could serve as really a multi-backed asset instrument. You could collateralize anything that's tokenized asset of value and express that on the XRP ledger, whether it be multiple currencies, as he's talking about, because he was given the similarity to the SDR, which is a treasury note. Important to understand, the SDR is not currency, as special drawing right, are supplementary foreign exchange reserve assets. Foreign exchange reserve assets, defined and maintained by the IMF, International Monetary Fund. SDRs are units of account for the IMF and not currency per se, because they are backed by the 5 major currencies of the world, and they are expressed by a weighted average in that basket.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited. There's the Bitcoin, it had that descending triangle, and it's broken out of that and heading up, and Ethereum is right at its all-time high, and hopefully will close above that. There's a lot of exciting things going on. Looks like another big run on the horizon. It's pretty close. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. On Telegram. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. They were just doing another kind of a trial, kind of like they did with the GameStop. See if they can get mass movements to damage the hedge funds and institutions that are shorting particular stocks and currencies. Mhm. Right. Yeah, everybody takes care of their own business. They handle their own affairs in the crypto market, and they don't have custodians and all this other crap they got to go through. Mhm. So that video was pretty good. What do you wanna talk about Tender here? Well, I kinda hope that nobody I hope that the cryptocurrency market and um, the whole public comes to the conclusion that we don't need anybody to tell us what legal tender is. We don't need anybody to say, "Okay, this is legal tender." We just use it and operate because it works. Uh, but do okay, so realistically, do I think that's gonna happen though? I think, yeah. I think at some point, they're gonna have a basket, probably, it'll be a basket of currencies, and it'll probably include, 1 or 2 cryptocurrencies, but if they do that, those cryptocurrencies are gonna dominate it, and, it's eventually gonna go all to particular cryptocurrencies or a basket of them. I don't know how they can stop it. So you're thinking it'll be a digital, it'll be a type of crypto digital, uh, US backed or country backed. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I don't know if they can do that. I don't know. I pray they can't do it, and I think if we allow them to do that, I think it's shame on us. We're we just start building our own, economy. A house. Yeah, people are selling and buying property and bit I hope they go down that road because by the time they try to shut it down, because the pendulum's going to go so far to the cryptocurrency side, they're going to have to try to shut it down at some point, and it's going to be too late. Yeah, I mean this could be financial freedom for the first time in world history, really. Hmm. Hmm. Right, and it just, listening to that guy talk, he was using all these very grandiose, vague words that only his, cronies really understand what he's talking about, but, it's, just like you said, it's creating a basket of, centralized, currencies that are gonna be used, to, run the monetary system. Yeah. Mhm. Right. That's been the plan for decades. In their own paper. It's it's a control mechanism. You control people's finances and how they can spend money and track, everything that they're doing with their money, you can control them. Mhm. Yeah, they're gonna keep it down. But I don't know, is Ripple ready to take off and do their own thing in there? I mean, do they have their plan, or is it all dependent on the central banks for them to take off and implement, what they've been working on for a decade? Uh-huh. Well, yeah, they threw that out a few months ago that they were. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Did you see, Polkadot's gonna go public? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. They're expecting them to earn billions of dollars in capital for their projects going forward. Yep. I can't answer that, but it sounds familiar. Yep. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I saw somebody talking today just about shorting and what, the basic fundamentals of shorting is, you can't sell a car you don't own. You can't sell a house you don't own, but you can sell stock that you don't own by shorting. It's wrong. It should be illegal. Mhm. Well, they probably know better. They know that they can just, give everybody the finger and not give them the physical silver. Mhm. Uh, yeah, I don't understand. I wish, I'd like to find some really, really smart people that can put some of this precious metals and cryptocurrency and the whole legal tender picture into something that's a little more easily understood. 'Cause it's very complicated, and it's very complicated for a reason. Um, you know, I know a few people who do. I've never been a fan of it because I want to be mobile, and I'm not. I'm not taking off carrying a brick of gold or a pocket full of silver coins that somebody could beat me over the head and steal. Yeah, I think yeah, yeah, like it's finite. Yeah, as soon as the price goes up, all the mining kicks in, and they go mine more. Mhm. Well, you know what, Eddie? This is just another branch of the swamp, and it's all being identified. And people are waking up just like we have the politics and the medical system, and now we're seeing through monetary policy and currencies that what we see is not what we get. Oh no. Reset your password. Yeah. Type in your current password and then your new password. So we got all we really want is your current password because we're gonna get in and steal your money. Uh, yeah. See, have they not learned that from Ledger? Yeah, I mean, is that maybe they've. Did you read the whole article? Did you read everything about it? I mean, did they? Oh, because I haven't heard anything like that. I mean, if they got hacked, they better have announced it. Well, maybe they're sending the phishing to anybody who maybe anybody who had a ledger. That doesn't mean that the phishing attacks are only going to people who had Exodus. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, like that one, um, it's called Session, where it's a messaging service, and it's an address, so it's on the low key blockchain, and nobody's gonna know what my address is unless I send it to you. Yeah, that reminds me. I think I'm gonna look and see how Loki is doing. Loki, Loki, now called Loki. Oh, it looks like they changed the name to Oxen. So so let's see. I looked into them a while back. They're into like messaging. They're setting up this sessions. It's a messaging. It's a encrypted, private, decentralized, like texting service, and it's also going to be just as functional as where you can actually call people on it anywhere in the world. It's all decentralized. It's all anonymous, private, encrypted, and it's all on a blockchain. And it pops from servers to servers all around the globe, so it's never operating in the same pathway more than a few minutes. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I saw something. Oh, is that about the IBM thing? Uh-huh. Uh, ah, Indonesia. Is it? Well, I don't know. It's Muslim. Yeah, they don't want to kill us. It's all a hoax. Um, just that IBM was trying to compete with them for all the logistic stuff, and they've decided to IBM after having major losses in 2019 closed their closed that division to compete with VeChain. However, yeah, I mean that kind of surprises me. I'm wondering if that article wasn't old because I mean if they based it off of 2019 returns, this is already 2021. But maybe it takes that. Yeah, it may take that long, or they may have had other partners and things involved that they couldn't announce it. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. If they can get it working in China. Okay, back to Loki. Back to Loki. Their website is Loki.network. Trade, communicate with absolute freedom. Mhm. Oh, it is. Yeah, Loki is becoming oxen. So that was correct. Loki is their cryptocurrency, and oxen must be their new branding for what they're trying to do. It's Scandinavian, I believe. Yeah, one of the Scandinavian countries. Because Loki is a Swedish god or something, or a Viking god or something. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Loki. Hmm, I guess. Yeah, I did it. Well, I did about 6 or 8 months ago. I actually use this app called Session, and we should mess around with that. I should show you how to use it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Session runs on the Loki blockchain. Just go to your app store and type in Sessions, Session, and yes, yes. No, it'd be Sessions. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let me go to my app store and I'll send it to you. Just type in Session in your Apple App Store, and the first thing that pops up is Sessions, private messaging on the low key project. I just sent it to you. But my friend Miss Brown and I use this all the time. So we can talk about our friends like Edy without anybody ever knowing it. Oh, shoot. Yeah. So, I don't have it set up on my desktop. I got to do that. I see it's pretty cool. Basically, once you, uh, um, I don't know. What you mean open source so anybody can look at it? I don't think so. Yeah, it is. Mhm, mhm. So, basically, I would just I'd go to sessions and I copy an address to start a new conversation, and I just text it to you. You copy it and paste it into your sessions, and we're communicating. It's that simple, and there's no you just make up your own name, your own, if anybody wants to send me something on sessions, my name is Genesis, the numeral 2, present. Yeah, I just know who I am. That's all. Yeah. I just, something I'm going to be looking into is, um, I use crypto.com for my daily spending using cryptocurrencies through their Visa card, and I'm looking for some other players in that field. And I just nobody's jumping out at me. I know, I think Coinbase has a card, but I just don't. I'm not a fan of Coinbase or Binance. I'm looking for some smaller players that, yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah, I think Uphold has one and, Crypterium. But man, I looked into both of those and they were just like super expensive. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and those coins aren't about going up in value, they're about, utility. Yeah, they're utility functioning. Mhm. Yeah, 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 I mean, crypto.com, they must have spent a ton of money building their user base because, and things were so inexpensive. I've been using that platform for over 2.5 years, and, it was just so and they didn't charge fees for anything, and now they are, and it's a little annoying, some of them, but, yeah, I mean, they gotta get a return, They're really providing a really, really good service. Yeah. I think it's real soon. If not, I think it's this week. Yeah, tomorrow and the next day. Yeah. Uh, yeah. And that MicroStrategy just bought, I saw another $10 million worth of Bitcoin. Well, they're probably buying other stuff. They're just uh, yeah. Well, yeah, like Mark Cuban, he's all into the Ethereum now. Uh, yeah, 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 yeah. Well, with XRP too, I mean, I thought about dumping it when it was at 70 cents, and I was like, I couldn't get to it. Yeah, but I can't. You can't buy it on any U.S. exchanges. Yeah, he was slamming them. Yeah, yeah, and tax you. Well, voting certainly can. Didn't I hear somewhere there was I don't know if it was a country or a state or somebody, some municipality or something has moved their voting to a blockchain. Okay. All right. Yeah, we ought to keep track of that and just start building that database of mm, Burma. That's near India, right? Yeah. Hmm. Oh, with stolen elections and stuff like that. Wow. They've exposed the swamp in every area of their society too. The gig's up. Hmm. Well, there was a bunch of government people right before a well uh, C19 conference, and there was an open mic, and they were talking about how low the numbers are, and it's exactly the same as the flu. Rolled out, rolling out new variances. What did they see the other day? Yeah, they've come. Oh, yeah, there's a new variant that was rolled out, and it came from Brazil. So we're going to start replacing the big. big red giant over there with Brazil, so they can deflect the name somewhere else. Mhm. Same with Yellen. All of them are getting so bold. They're just like, oh, the gig's up. Why? I'll just tell them the truth. Okay. Well, yeah, drain the swamp.